Hey there, book lovers! Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into the incredible book Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that has changed the way we think about building habits and breaking bad ones. If you've been struggling with your own habits, or if you want to become a more productive version of yourself, stick around. This summary will give you everything you need to know in a nutshell. Let's get started. Atomic Habits begins with a simple yet powerful idea. Small changes lead to remarkable results. It's not the big leaps that change your life, it's those tiny, incremental improvements that compound over time, like the way pennies add up, or how water slowly erodes rock. Over time, these tiny changes become something monumental. James Clear calls this the compound effect, where habits, just like money in an interest-bearing account, compound with time. Just 1% improvement each day can make a massive difference by the end of the year. So, instead of aiming for huge, unrealistic changes, Clear argues we should focus on the small, everyday habits that make us better. And guess what? Small wins turn into big wins. Now, let's dive into the 4 laws of behavior change. James Clear lays out a simple framework to help you build good habits and break the bad ones. These laws are: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, make it satisfying. Each of these laws is a cornerstone of habit formation, and they work together to ensure that you stick to your new habits without feeling overwhelmed. So, let's break each one down. The first law is all about making your habits obvious. You see, our brains are naturally drawn to what's in front of us. If a habit isn't obvious, it's easy to forget. For instance, let's say you want to start drinking more water. If your water bottle is hidden in a drawer somewhere, you're probably going to forget about it. But if it's sitting on your desk, it's obvious, and therefore easier to act on. Clear suggests something called environment design, which is about intentionally shaping your environment to make good habits more obvious. Want to work out more? Leave your workout clothes out where you can see them. Want to read more? Place books on your nightstand. The idea is that when your goals are in your line of sight, they become natural cues to take action. The second law is to make your habits attractive. This is where motivation plays a huge role. If you're trying to build a habit but it's boring or unpleasant, you're not likely to stick with it. You need to make it fun. Clear explains the concept of temptation bundling, which is pairing a habit you need to do with something you enjoy. For example, if you want to go for a run but hate running, you could pair it with listening to your favorite podcast or audiobook. Suddenly, your run becomes something to look forward to. When you make a habit more attractive, it becomes a reward in itself. And as Clear points out, the more attractive the habit, the more likely you are to stick with it. The third law is about making your habits easy. The easier it is to do something, the more likely it is to become a part of your routine. Clear argues that most people fail to build new habits because they make them too complicated, and the more steps there are, the more likely you'll give up. He recommends focusing on reducing friction. That means eliminating obstacles between you and your goal. Want to eat healthier? Prepare your meals in advance so you don't have to think about it later. Want to read more? Keep a book in your bag or by your bed at all times. Clear also introduces the 2-minute rule: start small. If a habit is too big to do in one go, break it down into something that can be completed in 2 minutes or less. Want to start working out? Just commit to putting on your workout clothes. That's it. Once you've done that, you'll often find you naturally continue with the workout. And finally, the 4th law: make it satisfying. You see, the brain loves immediate rewards, and when we feel good after completing a habit, our brains are more likely to repeat it. Positive reinforcement is key here. Clear emphasizes the power of tracking your habits. Whether it's using a simple calendar, an app, or a habit tracker, checking off completed habits provides a feeling of accomplishment, which in turn motivates you to do it again the next day. It's like creating a snowball of momentum that grows bigger with each small win. Another trick? Habit stacking. This is when you attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, after you brush your teeth, do 10 push-ups. The act of brushing your teeth is a trigger to do your new habit. By linking it to something you already do, it becomes easier to stick to your goals. One of the most powerful concepts in Atomic Habits is the idea that your habits shape your identity. Clear argues that most people focus on the outcome they want to achieve, like losing weight or getting promoted at work. But the real key to success is changing your identity. Instead of thinking, "I want to lose weight," think, "I am a healthy person." When you begin to view yourself as the type of person who has certain habits, those habits become a natural part of who you are. This shift from goal-oriented thinking to identity-based thinking is revolutionary. It helps you not just to change your habits, but to become the person you want to be. A big obstacle when it comes to habit building is frustration, especially when you don't see results immediately. You've probably heard the phrase, "Results don't happen overnight." And this is where Clear introduces the plateau of latent potential. It's the idea that progress doesn't always appear as soon as you start, but it's building under the surface. Imagine an ice cube. When you heat it from -10 to 0 degrees, nothing happens, but once it hits 1 degree, the ice begins to melt. So, even if you're not seeing immediate results, trust that your efforts are building momentum and eventually you'll break through the plateau. Clear also stresses something critical. Systems are more important than goals. While goals are the desired end result, systems are the processes that lead to success. Instead of just setting a goal to lose weight, for example, focus on the daily system that will help you achieve that goal, like eating healthier, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. By creating systems, you put yourself in a position to succeed rather than relying on the motivation to reach a single goal. This shift in perspective will set you up for long-term success rather than short bursts of effort followed by burnout. As you start to build and refine your habits, it's important to take time to reflect. What's working? What's not? By regularly reviewing your habits, you can identify areas for improvement and make necessary adjustments. Clear suggests having a weekly habit review to check your progress, assess what you've learned, and plan for the next week. This constant reflection ensures that you remain aligned with your identity and goals. It's about continuous improvement, a core principle in the book. And there you have it, the key principles from Atomic Habits. It's all about making small, incremental changes, building systems that align with your identity, and sticking with it even when it seems like progress is slow. Remember, consistency is the real game changer. So, what habits are you going to work on today? If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep getting awesome book summaries and personal growth tips. Thanks for watching, and here's to your next breakthrough habit.